everyone, this is Maki. The story of GQuuuuuuX is becoming increasingly exciting. In Japan, the movie Beginning was shown again. I managed to get the special admission gift, Design Works 3. Alright, this time let's look at some things that caught my eye in episode 11. Is Komori Harcourt a new type? She suddenly sprang into action in episode 11. Miss Toke, the character designer, seems quite fond of Komori, too. Komori even lent her own clothes to Machu. Take released an illustration of Komori wearing that outfit. This time, I'd like to analyze Komori's potential and her words. Before jumping into the analysis, let me make a quick announcement. On my channel, I'm inviting support through memberships. For just 99 cents a month, you can get a name badge and comment stamps. Alright, then let's start the analysis. Many people were probably surprised to see Komori suddenly explaining all sorts of things in episode 11. In the first half of the story, she was portrayed as someone who didn't know much about anything. However, in episode 11, she acted as if she knew a lot about Zek Nova. Had she just been pretending to be ignorant all along? Let's consider another possibility. Could Komori actually have new type potential? Take a look back at episode 7. Komori sensed the mobile suit piloted by Ixabi approaching. The operator only said that the mobile suit was coming. However, Komori specifically sensed that it was Ixabi himself. In this scene, Minovsky particles have been dispersed, significantly reducing the functionality of electronic radar. The operator of the battleship Sodan is unable to identify the allied Zeo mobile suit, the GN, and only says a mobile suit is approaching. However, as explained in episode 11, Minovsky particles aid the detection abilities of new types. While the functionality of electronic radar is reduced, the abilities of new types and those with new type potential are reinforced. She might be a new type, or perhaps she has a stronger new type aptitude than others. Even in the original 00, 79 people with strong new type aptitude were influenced by nearby new types. One example is Bright Knower. He is usually depicted as not being a new type. However, in the final episode, he clearly hears Admiral Ray's voice calling out to him. So, is Komori a new type? Or is she awakening to new type-like abilities due to the influence of the new types around her? Which do you think it is? The light produced by Zek Nova was invisible to ordinary humans. However, Komori and Kisuria witnessed the light. This may also be one of the criteria for judgment. Komori's words are fascinating. Her conversation with Sims may be particularly significant. Sims says Sharia Bull is acting with the intention of eliminating Kishiria Zabi. In response, Komori tells her if he were a true new type, he wouldn't make that choice. How do you interpret Komori's words? It sounds like she's saying, if Sharia were a true new type, he wouldn't take such action. You can't really call him a true new type. However, it could also mean if he were a true new type, he wouldn't make such a choice. Sharia is not the kind of person who would do what you're assuming he's doing. The key point here is Sharia Bull's line. He says inside the light generated by Zek Nova, a new type's perception reaches its absolute peak. He even finds Kishiria Zabi's location using his new type abilities. If Komori is a new type or has strong new type abilities, it wouldn't be strange if she could sense Sharia Bull's thoughts. There have been plenty of scenes in the past where Newtypes understand each other's thoughts without speaking. What do you think Komori meant when she told Sims if he were a true Newtype, he wouldn't make that choice? Now, let's take a closer look at the concept of the true Newtype. Sharia Bull called mature new generation Newtype. It's as if he's saying that Machu has qualities that set her apart from other Newtypes. Could true Newtype actually refer to someone like Machu, a new generation Newtype? If so, our interpretation of Komori's line changes slightly. Komori's lines can now be interpreted as being directed at Machu rather than at Sharia. Komori interacted with Machu quite a bit. Machu often spoke very warmly about Komori, showing that they were quite close. Through this connection, Komori might have gained a deeper understanding of what a true Newtype really is. In the opening animation, Komori runs with the main characters. Besides Komori, all 5 others in that scene are Newtypes. Perhaps that scene is subtly suggesting that Komori is a Newtype too. If Komori awakens as a Newtype, I can't wait to see how she shapes the ending of the story. Wasn't episode 11 really fascinating? Many fans were thrilled by Char's return and the appearance of the original Gundam. However, there was also an interesting, albeit brief moment. In one scene, Kishiria tries to shoot Machu. At that moment, Nieran attacks Kishiria to protect Machu. Doesn't that remind you of something? It's the mob tactic. As Sharia explained, it works by having one side cover their ally if they are spotted by the enemy. This was the first time we saw the Machu and Nieran version of the mob tactic in action. The original Gundam is intriguing too. In the previous show, I discussed how the L-methane GQuuuuuuX is enormous. Considering that precedent, perhaps the original Gundam is also an extraordinarily massive presence in this world. I can't wait to see what happens in the final episode. Thanks so much for watching until the end. See you in the next show.